Hello and welcome back to the game or the RAW series of game development with GameMaker. In this episode, I think I finished off with the previous episode saying we're going to implement a jetpack. So I have started playing around with this and we're getting into it. So I guess we'll get straight to it. I've actually gone ahead and drawn my jetpack. Unsure of how to draw a jetpack. Here's my little jetpack in Sprite. I've got a static image here, or just an idle image, which is just that one. And then I got a flying one as well. So I've just drawn these. I've skipped ahead and drawn them. My apologies. Meant to be a raw series and show you just about everything. Well, this is close enough right now. I didn't want to spend too much time on it and wasting it. Anyway, so I've drawn, I guess, the two different stages of the image, one idle and then one thrusting. If you want to watch that, you can play it. We can go to the one-to-one screen. Remember how we do that? So that's how the jetpack looks. I've then exported this out and got this ready in GameMaker, in the sense that if I go to GameMaker, our game, and I've got two sprites here. One is our SPR jetpack pickup. That's our pickup. We've got middle center, the origin as well, and then I've got a sprite SPR jetpack thrusting. Okay, so from here we're pretty much going to get stuck into it, and we're going to create two new objects. And I'm going to go create object, wherever the object is. So the first one is going to be object jetpack pickup. Okay. And we're just going to give it the jetpack sprite. And then we're going to create a second object. When this one comes up, there we go. Object, and then jetpack. Just object jetpack. So within here, basically our pickup, what we're going to have is a create event to the pickup. So the create event is going to equal, it's just going to give us our floating effect. And then we're going to create a collision event. And the collision is going to be with the player object, obviously. And what we're technically going to do, and I've just pre-done this a bit, we're going to, as you know, the floating script we've got with our other object we're going to have there, with the health object, etc., and the bullets that we pick up. So jetpack should be floating, and then our object player event is going to be here. And I just realized the create event, this is so meant to be in the step event, not the create event. So we can right click our create event and go change event, step. So then in our step event, we're floating. In our object player collision, we create the layer of object instances with the object jetpack, and then we destroy this object itself. Now, if we go over to our object jetpack script, or object, sorry, we want to do a create event. Pardon me. The first thing here is we go jetpack speed equals 0. So this is going to be our thrusting speed. And then we're going to create a step event. Right, and inside the step event, what we are going to do here is the jetpack always wants to follow the player. So we just make the jetpack's X and Y coordinates equal to player coordinates at all times. We then say jetpack speed is going to equal clamp of jetpack speed, 0, 10. I'm going to say 10 is the highest speed or the fastest we can go upwards. From here, we're going to then say if keyboard, so we're going to drive it by the jetpack as well. So keyboard check, let's say VK, make it Alt at this stage. So if we are pressing Alt, what we want to do is sprite index is going to change. Right, jetpack thrusting. That's the first thing. Then you got jetpack speed is always going to plus equal 1. And then with our object player, we basically want to say our y is going to minus equals what dot jetpack speed. So because we're saying with object player, we're inside the object player now, and we're saying of the object player, our y coordinate is going to minus equal the jetpack speed within our jetpack object, which is technically our other dot jetpack speed. So when we refer other, we refer to the other object within the collision or within the with object player. So the other object would be, in this case, the object jetpack. I just noticed we haven't set the sprite here. So I'm going to set the sprite to the sprite jetpack pickup for now, because what we're basically saying then is if we're not pressing Alt, we want to say else. We just want to say sprite. The index is going to equal sprite. I'm just going to jetpack, and we're going to say pickup. That's pretty much it. So if I double check, if I hit play, I'll just, hopefully that's all there is. And we'll see in a second. So, one other thing. I haven't put the jetpack in the game. So we'll do that now too. I'll go to room 1. I'll go pick up. Doesn't matter really what layer. And I'll put it right. Let's just put it here. Put it right there. Play that again. And fingers crossed, we can hover over jetpack. So we jump in and jump. Oh, okay, so we've touched our jetpack and we now got our jetpack. So if I hold Alt, there we have it. Our jetpack is flying. Awesome. Well, there you go. So right now, look at him. And we've gone too far down. So without going any further right now, that's pretty much our jetpack setup working. We can do other things with that. So we could add like a jetpack timer, or even, you need fuel for the jetpack. So you could add a fuel, bit like we have done with the bullets and that. You'd add a fuel one. And then when you pick up the fuel, your jetpack fuel goes, gets increased. And then when you're using your jetpack, it eventually runs out of fuel and stops working. Therefore, you fall to the ground and you potentially end the game, just like we did a second ago. So you could bring in those sort of things, and I think I've touched on enough for us to sort of be able to work around that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not too sure on the next episode, but stick around. I'm sure it'll be fun, and we'll find out what's happening when it comes. Enjoy, and see you later.